Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about a game that's currently in development. It is a game called Survive the Nights. And this is my little base. And so this is a game that, like I mentioned before, is in development. It just went into alpha maybe a month or two ago. Maybe not even that even. And this is a game that you may have heard of thanks to a YouTuber called Frankie on PC. Now, a couple of years ago, he showed the concept build in a game and what they wanted to make. And this is the alpha version. So, one of your biggest things you may notice is the hands look a little weird. The animations are a bit, simple, and there's some missing sound effects. It's an alpha game. It is not yet complete. But I really like it. I really like this game, and I think it has a ton of potential. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. So this here is a base. It took me 6 hours to find a server, get used to the server, and then start building and start learning all the mechanics. And the game actually has a lot going for it, and it's got a lot of potential for it in the future. So this right here is a car that I managed to get working. At the minute, it's got nothing in the engine. I'll just show you quickly. At the minute, it's got nothing in the engine because I always take it out. So if someone comes along, they can't just take my car. But it does mean every time I want to leave, I have to load my car back up. And so, it's a 4-seater, so you can have all your mates in here. It's pretty convenient. And of course, you got boot space, which is 50 slots. So let's actually have a look at the actual base and the way that base building works. So here we have locks. So my lock is my combination is gonna come up in the top left. And this is gonna be a massive problem for streamers, but I imagine they will put some support in for streamers at a later date. But I'm gonna cover up my code in the top left, just so if someone finds a server in the future and decides to be a prick, and I'm still on the server and I still got this base, I don't want people just popping in because they know my code. So here we got the basics of the base, and you'll notice that I put these up. Well, these are just ways of stopping people from coming in, because I had a problem where people were smashing my windows in and then crawling in, even though I had locks on my door. So I put these up. And so you can get a healthy plank by actually cutting down a tree and cutting it into planks. And you simply come over to here, you'll get the plank, and then you'll need 2 nails and a plank. You'll need a hammer to hammer it in. And then with those nails, you can also strengthen them. And I've strengthened all of mine up. But if I find a worn plank that, yeah, it's at 18, so I'm going to use 2 nails. And now it's at 20 out of 20. Then this is how it works. It's very simple. You'll get the hang of all the controls as you play. And this is me. I'm trying to figure out how electricity works. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'm working on it. I got some of the stuff I need. And this is nearly running. I just need to put fuel in there, but I don't want to turn it on just yet. So these are containers. So you can see in that I can put a lock on, but I need some equipment to build a lock. Now I've got a lock here, and this means that I have... So you can't use these until you put a lock on them. And so this one I've got a lock on, and it gives me 26 spaces, which is really useful. I've got a ton in there. But this is my favourite part of the game. Loot is consistent, and loot is also a physical element. So any guns I find, I can just pick them up. If I use the middle mouse, I can rotate them, and if I hold right click and use middle mouse, the scroll wheel I can rotate it vertically, and if I let go of right click, I do it horizontally. So it's quite nice having that control, that amount of control. I can open it, and this wasn't here before, and this spawned in here. And I've been looking for a can opener for 6 hours. That's really lucky. So yeah, if you want to find a can opener, check these kind of houses, because apparently they spawn. So as you can see here, I've been putting shit down. So I got lights, I got my screwdrivers. I got shit that I don't really want. I'm going to put outside because I don't want it. Let's split those up. So I got hatchets. I got, just sorting all my shit. I got many jerry cans, but a lot of them are empty. Because there's no electricity, so you can't use the petrol station. So you have to siphon all of it, and I don't have a siphon yet, but I know where to find them. So here I've got my, I got a couple of pistols. It's like a mini pistol collection in a way. Let's just like that. So I got some car stuff down here for when I need some spares for cars. Got some spare guns here. Got a ton of ammo. I've been stocking up on 308 ammo for when I find a sniper, so I can go deer hunting. Deers were in the game. Sorry, not deers. Deer were in the game, but they accidentally took them out. It was an unintentional mistake from what I can tell. So when they're back in and I find a 308 sniper rifle, hunting rifle, I will be all good. And then I got some ammo for my AR. Then you got batteries, because you need batteries for torches and so on. And then, of course, melee weapons. And so electricity is a very important thing because I don't have electric. But when I do, it will make nighttime much more visible. But it will also make zombies want to come over to me because I'm shining a lot of light. And if I got generators on, I'm making a lot of noise, which will, probably attract hordes. And hordes are not fun. But one of the things also is fire. So fire will heal you, and then I'll show you right now. I've got some dirty water, as you can see. Now, if I do it in a bottle of dirty water, and the bottle will set on fire, but a canteen will not. So what we're going to do is we're going to... So we've got firewood, we've got tinder. So let's just set that fire on. Let's go into my inventory, go to the canteen of dirty water, hold shift and place. And then we want to place that on top of the furnace. On the wood stove. And so that's going to boil. And eventually that'll be ready for consumption. And also when you next fire, your health goes up as well. So eventually this will be clean and drinkable. The only complaint I have is that it's not boiled. So it's like you don't have to wait for it to cool down. It's instantly clean. So that's like the one thing I don't like. But, early access, they can easily change these things if they want to. So, that is essentially the basics. And, of course, you got refrigerators. If you don't want your meat to go rancid, then you're going to need power to keep the refrigerator on. So, electricity is like one of those things that I'm, like I said, trying to figure out. There's usually a thing on the back or sides of these buildings. Yeah, there it is. That I believe is important, but I don't know how they work. So electric meters, you need an extension cord, and the power input is Z. A structure electrometer allows for the connection of a generator, and the generator's got to go outside, I'm guessing. So, shit, that's very easy to be stolen. So I'd have to just take it out and take it back in. So I need an extension cable, and then I can use it. So that's how that works. So when that's done, I can then switch that on, and the more of the stuff in there that I've got in there will power more of the house for longer, is what I'm guessing. So that's really cool. But also there's a power plant, and if you can get the power plant up and running, then everyone gets power automatically, and you don't need generators, and you'll have power for, I think it's a week or 2 weeks. But during that time, of course, if you leave your house, if you leave your lights on at night, it's going to attract a lot of zombie and player attention. So in the 6 hours I've been playing, I haven't had a single bit of PvP combat because this game is in a very closed, well, not closed, but a very low amount of players because it's not a very big game. But I think this game has a ton of potential. And this is a really cool feature with the loot being persistent and physical. And the game runs surprisingly well, even when all of these items are here all at the same time. This is a Unity game, which I know is a problem for some people. The animations and textures are a bit muddy, which I know is going to be a deal breaker for some people. But again, it's an alpha. It's just come to alpha maybe a month ago. maybe not even a month, maybe less than a month, maybe more than a month. Oh yeah, and these are water bottles, and the reason why I've got these is so that I can transfer them over to canteens when I have canteens. But I need scrap metal to build canteens. But I've used all my scrap metal to get nails, so I could upgrade all of these. So I got all my tinder here for the fire. I've got my bleach for cleaning bandages and rags and that kind of stuff. You can also drink it, don't recommend it. And then cardboard, which I use to make tinder. And I think that is it. I don't know what else to say other than this game is really, really promising. It's got a lot of great ideas that I think really, really do have a lot of potential. And I keep using that word, but this game is just potential. I got high hopes for this game, and I don't know. I kind of wanted to just talk about it and just share it and just be like, the developers are really working hard, and they've been working their arse off for like 2 years now. Well, probably even more than 2 years, probably like 4 or 5 years. The reason I say 2 years is because I've only really been following the development for 2 years. I purchased the game back in 2015, 2014, sometime around then. I backed it on Kickstarter. And they raised about $1 million, 2 million quid, something like that. Is that a light? No, it's a gauze. That's even better than a light bulb. So they raised quite a bit of money, and all of that money is, from what I can tell, still chopping along, still getting the development going. But of course, they needed some extra money, from what I know, which is why they put it on sale on Steam, just to keep everyone fed and hired and keeping everyone able to afford their rent. But it's only a small team of about 5 people, I believe. One of them is called JB. He's a really, really nice guy. He's quite active in the Discord server, so if you ever have a question about the game, you can join the Survive the Nights Discord server. Just try not to, all message people at once, because, just let them work on the game. If you got questions, just ask in the open sections of the Discord. Don't go in private messages, because that's a bit more rude. To just like fill up people's DMs when they're trying to develop a game. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about the gun attachments. So I didn't know that there were gun attachments, but there's 3 of them you can get for this gun. So in the UI, it takes a bit of getting used to. It is like a very simple UI, and it is confusing when you're first starting, but you do come to pick it up, and you come to appreciate why it's the way it is. So, of course, we have here in the conditions, you need cleaning kits to repair a condition. We have a look at my pistol. You can see, it's actually at 100 as well. I thought it would have gone down by now, but fair enough. So you can actually attach a suppressor to that as well, which I did not know. So, the AR. So, let's have a look here. So, in the suppressor, I'm using a short oil filter. So, it's a makeshift suppressor, but it works quite well. A pug sight is something that I found in a gun store, which is really fucking good. And the flashlight is another thing that I found that attaches to the gun, and it's very bright. It's not going to do it justice in the daytime, but as you can see, imagine that in the pitch black at night with zombies all around you. It gets really intense. The lighting engine in this game is really good. I really like the lighting engine. I'm really actually impressed by some of the game effects in this game, considering it's an alpha on the Unity engine. But yeah, that is all I can think to talk about. If you want to know about hunting, fishing, and future content, go check out the Survive the Nights Discord, the Survive the Nights website, and check out Survive the Nights on Steam. And if you have heard about this game from Frankie and you just forgot of its existence, or if you're brand new to this, let me know what you think about the game, and what your first impressions are, and what you would want or what you would need for a game like this to pull you in. Because all of this information is both useful to us as consumers of products, and as well as the developers, for knowing what kind of game mechanics and systems they would need to inquire in and include in the game to bring in a wider audience. So that is all I can think about to say. Other than one more thing, actually, which is private servers. You might want to know about private servers. You will be able to get private servers in the future. I believe there's few private servers now, but I don't want you to hold me to that as a fact. You'll need to ask someone else, or if someone in the comments will let you know, if anyone watches this video, which usually they don't. So, yeah, and this is the proper goodbye now. Yeah, I need to go. It's Christmas. I got family. I got a dog sleeping next to me. She's really cute. I need to pet her and let her know that she's a good girl. So, yeah. See you next time. Thanks for watching.